Welcome to Overdrive AF, the official podcast of Overdrive Fitness. My name is Teddy Gerzon. I'm joined by Gina Marie Gerzon.
Hello.
As always, with us, DJ Destroyer, Titan and Brajol. There are no other animals here except for Ricardo Montalban, my mustache, for the month of November.
It's its own animal.
It is a savage in its own. Yes. I have no control over it. It took a year to grow this 5 o'clock shadow. But here we are, raising awareness for men's health. So, we are going to lead off this week's episode with the huge Destroyer. Take it away with your weekly update on mileage covered and jump shot quality.
Unfortunately, jump shot was a little hard to practice this week with how weird and cold the weather was. You know, having numb hands doesn't really help improve.
Well, let's cut to the chase about really why it was tough to work on your jump shot. You had the pressure of not only dealing with the elements outside, but you were closely following the NBA draft because you needed to know when the free agent period opened where you would be slotting into those teams, right?
Yeah, see what kind of positions they need to be filled.
Yeah.
For sure. Actually, funny story, we realized that my dad used to coach Obi Toppin.
Really?
Oh, really?
That's funny.
In CYO basketball.
That's crazy.
Oh, my God.
And Aiden was his teammate.
Oh, my God.
At St. Aidan's?
At St. Anthony's.
At St. Anthony's?
Yeah.
Obi Toppin was here for a little bit?
For a year.
I did not realize that.
Yeah. There's a video like highlight of that team that Shea made. Like of course, like over 10 years ago at this point. And Obi Toppin is like the first one that shows up.
Wow.
Hold up. So your brother was on that team with him?
Yeah.
So he's your brother's age?
Yeah, he's 22.
Wait, so was Julian Conover and Kevin Mackin also on that team?
Yeah.
Oh my
What?
God, that's crazy.
What?
All former teammates.
Wow.
Was Nate Garvey on that team? I know he's in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
He played St. Anthony's too?
Yeah.
That team was stacked.
Yeah, that's why they made that like highlight tape, because that year they were just like killing it.
That's
Because
awesome.
of Julian, Nate, and Obi Toppin. I want to tell my dad that he should like put that on his resume.
Seriously?
He coached a Knick.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then he went on to, he played in like 4 different high schools, right?
Yeah.
And had like no D1 offers out of his first 4 years of high school.
Yeah.
So he prepped a year or 2, right?
I think so. But yeah, so maybe I can use that as a connection to work my way into the league.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
It's about who you know.
Yeah.
So basically, Obi Toppin would not have been a first-round draft pick in his hometown if it weren't for Mr. Lombardo.
Of course. Yeah.
I mean, that's just how it works.
Yeah. My dad probably taught him a lot about how to, work in the paint, stuff like that.
Yeah, he introduced him to Waka Flocka. He taught him how to go hard in the paint.
Too
Yeah.
funny.
That's great.
Yeah.
So I think he kind of owes you guys.
Probably.
Like, he's gonna get a nice signing bonus. He kind of owes your dad.
Yeah. At least
you know.
at least a few tickets to a few games.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we really root that way, but we'd go. We'd go for free.
Nobody turns down a free pizza.
Yeah, of course.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Hit us with the mileage.
Unfortunately, only 18 miles, but a few good at-home workouts in there as well.
Nice.
There you go.
As it gets colder, there's going to be more of a balance between those, I'm sure.
And look, the day is still young here.
Yeah.
And the sun is out and the bay doors are open.
Yeah.
I mean, you have some hours left to get several other miles in.
For sure. I think below 30 is my cutoff, where like I won't run at that point. I can't really do that to myself.
It's all good.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I would freeze and die.
Oh, stop it.
Okay, I'm not exaggerating.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Yeah, so, awesome. Wow. little NBA connection, 6 degrees of separation or
Yeah,
less.
that's funny.
Really,
wow.
2, right?
Yeah.
So that's dope. Yeah, and well, let's get this out of the way. This is from this morning's workout. Brandy Seltzer, if you're tuning in, you left your vodka at the gym. I'm gonna put it right here under the coffee table. It's
Pinot Grigio.
nauseating. Yeah.
Could be something. You never know. Hey, how do you know it's vodka? Could be something else.
It's brandy and
Don't
seltzer.
don't be
See what I did
judging
right
the
there?
one type. Could be anything.
I guess there's only one way to find out. Chug it. So yeah, is there anything you want to update the peeps on for yourself?
For myself?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm excited for this new challenge. I'm excited for our Overdrive Method challenge.
Yes.
To all the athletes and the adults, right? We have the athletes coming back.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to start getting in it with them. They're getting their nutrition on point and they're training while they're home from school.
Mm-hmm.
And all the adults now that we'll be starting with, because we only have a certain amount of spots to work.
Well, technically, we already capped out with the custom nutrition athletes that we can work with, which we've called the serious gains package.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's what I mean.
yeah, I mean it's a stretch, but we're gonna take 2 more athletes on for that. So let's see if we can handle it. I'm sure we can.
We can. Fine.
It's just I mean, that's why I grew out all this extra hair, so I have more to rip out when I get stressed. So, but yeah, super pumped, especially with a bunch of new faces that we have starting with us.
Yeah.
I guess some of my stack athletes just can't get enough of me. They decided to get another 8 weeks out of me,
It's the mustache.
and I'm loving it. Yeah, it's the mustache, big mustache
Yeah.
energy.
It's, yeah.
I mean, if
Tool.
it would probably be more powerful if my boss would let me grow the Hulk Hogan handlebars and bleach them blonde.
Oh God. And you can shake the squat racks. Ugh.
Yes. Harness the energy.
Even though that's warrior too, but you could wear your warrior shirt.
No,
while
Hogan
you
would
that.
do this after 2 arm drops to check to see if he was put to sleep, and then the third one wouldn't fall, and he would harness that energy and stand up and rise with the energy of the crowd, summoning the powers to fight back. So, not a big wrestling fan here or anything. It's just from what I've heard. Thunder Lips. So, that was his name in Rocky 3.
Oh. Okay.
When he killed Mickey.
Oh my.
Bastard. So, yeah, that's what we got going on. We have the athletes coming home and starting. A bunch of them already not only just signed up, but came in right away to get their weigh-in so that we can start putting together their custom nutrition plans. Then, as some of you have seen on my Instagrams, I have fallen in love with some Zubaz because they're helping me improve my strength and Operation Make Teddy somewhat strong again. And they're working, right? So big mustache energy with the Zubaz. I mean, it's a killer combo. Now, thanks to Franco, my barber, forget his Instagram. We'll look that up real quick because everybody should be getting haircuts from him. He is dope. He actually is also was a hairstylist first, right? So he's One Franco's with a Z, and One Franco's with a Z on Instagram. But he would travel to your house and cut your hair. He was actually my great aunt's hairstylist before he was even my barber. So it just goes to show you his versatility, what he can get done. Yeah, back in the day. And I mean, when he comes in later today, he will be giving me a fresh mullet to go with this mustache. So it's gonna be dope AF. Was that breaking news for you? I thought we talked about this.
A mullet? I thought you were getting braids or something.
Yeah, I'm doing both. Mullet braid. I'm going to be like the confused meth head south in the Mason-Dixon line.
My goodness.
Made Destroyer laugh hard, so there we go. Successful joke. Or is it? But yeah, that's where we are at with that. Also, if anybody is interested in adding to my Zubaz collection, I'm a size medium, and you can just send that to 11 Old School Lane, Bays 5 and 6 in Orangeburg, New York, 10962. I'm welcoming gifts this time of year. 'Tis the season. Thank you in advance.
Well, you'll have a pair of Zubaz for every day that you train, and you can post a different pair on Instagram while you head right in and continue on your journey of make Coach Teddy somewhat strong again.
Yes.
Month.
And I mean, the pants are also going to go well with some of the shirts that I'm starting to bring back out of the collection and even add. So I can't wait till my Golden Girl shirt comes in.
Squat.
Every now and then, the whiskey makes me a little Blanche. What's up? So, to this week's programming, fat loss myth number 5. You must work out at specific times.
For maximum results.
For maximum results. That is a myth. M-Y-T-H. What's your take on that? Let's start with you, Gina.
I don't think that the research shows anything really that yields or that backs up this myth. I think at the end of the day, you'll see the success from your training when you find a consistent plan and a consistent routine. Hitting the alarm button 7 or 8 times and then realizing that you missed your class or you don't have time to get that 5-mile run in now because you hit your snooze 7 or 8 times. I think the point is you want to be consistent. You set your goal. You be consistent in hitting your goal, and that's where you're going to see the results. It's kind of the same as, if you stop eating at a certain point of the day, or if you're eating too late at night, then you'll end up gaining weight too. So it's kind of like that myth, where at the end of the day, it's all about being consistent, structure and consistency, and just having that dedication. So yeah, there was a fly or something. I don't know, something going on over there. Right? Is it me?
No, there's like a
something
little fly. Yeah.
Sorry. That threw me off.
Thought you were trying to throw the vibes of my mustache away from you.
No.
You'll never escape this.
They can't hear the eye rolling.
Actually, I think it's pretty strong that they can feel the eye rolling.
They can feel the eye rolling.
And this episode hasn't even gone live yet. So, yeah, working out specific times. It's what will you compare it to? Like, eating carbs after 7 will get you fat.
Yeah, or, having to eat at certain, like, if you're eating more meals per day as opposed to less meals per day, all of that kind of stuff. It's the research doesn't weigh, it doesn't lean more towards that, or it's more about consistency. It's more about finding a structured plan that you can achieve on a daily basis. So sometimes if working out first thing in the morning is the best thing for you, sometimes it might work out that you have a lunch hour and you can fit a 45-minute session in, or even a half-hour session in of something. I know with parents and mothers specifically, it's whenever you can get it in. I think with a lot of people, it's what's the most convenient time. I don't think it's ever going to be totally convenient, but the point is we have to make an effort to do it. If it's not a priority, then it won't ever happen. If we don't feel like getting out of bed and going to work, then I guess we won't because it's not a priority. But at the end of the day, you have to pay your bills, and there's certain things that you have to take care of your kids. You have, college tuition. It's whatever. Like, you have to get it done because you have to. Life will not go on if we don't make certain decisions. So, in order for you to get healthier, you have to commit to a structure.
And first and foremost, it's just about being consistent and actually getting your workouts in.
Yeah, it's the point of just starting to do something, and then it's putting in that quality effort too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you're in the gym for 3 hours a day, but if you're bullshitting on in between sets, and you're resting for 5 minutes and 5 minutes and 5 minutes, and what are you really doing? I'd rather somebody go balls to the wall for a half an hour, lift heavy shit, and call it a day, or whatever, getting some sprints in. Point is you're working with purpose. Instead of, right, back in the day when, sorry to say, but we would see the guys with the fanny packs and the Zubaz and the cutoff, showing the nips. Showing the nips there.
The spaghetti string
talking
t-shirt,
in between sets, and they'd
shirt.
squat, maybe they'd quarter squat, and then they'd rest for 5 minutes and bullshit with the next guy and quarter squat again. Meanwhile, we'd be done with our workout and they're still on their first exercise. But you have to be purposeful in your training, just like you have to be purposeful in your work. You have to be purposeful in getting your chores done, purposeful in running your errands, purposeful in getting to your job or picking up the kids, or everything has to be on a schedule. The consistency is where it's at. The structure is where it's at. The discipline is where it's at. It's not about the time of day.
So definitely consistency. Then the focus, effort, energy into the workout, right? That's immediately after in that level of our the paradigm order of importance.
You gotta set out a plan.
And then, that all leads into the fact that, that'll help determine your caloric intake, because it's the fact that you're actually burning the calories. And that's only going to happen when you're consistently working out and consistently putting in high effort and high energy, right? Not just showing up for the block of time. And like you just said, not even just putting in 3 hours a day into the gym. Let's just even go back to why I'm calling it Operation Make Teddy Somewhat Strong again, but it's I guess one of the underlying things that I'm trying to prove is that you can pack on lean muscle and keep your body fat low or cut even more with not only proper nutrition, but with let's be honest, how many times a week am I working out right now? 4. And how long are my workouts? 45 minutes.
Yeah, about 45 minutes.
And I'm not lifting light. I'm going all out, right? I'm doing some heavy ass lifting with, fat grips, because we don't have an axle yet, or, thick handled bars. I'm doing, the heavy keg to shouldering, heavy keg clean and press, and they're all filled with water, so it's tough. Heavy yoke walks, all that stuff in 45 minutes or less. So the point is to now improve, like, it's the consistency, but and the effort, but you don't need to work out 8 days a week to achieve the body that you want. So just the fact that you're consistent with everything that you're doing. Are you locked in for the 3 or 4 times a week that you work out? Or are you just half-assing it 6 days a week to say that you did, so you can have your glass of wine every weekend? For some people, every Saturday and Sunday.
Well, it's like setting up for, the 100-meter sprint. Those guys go they give it everything. You can't half-ass that test. You can't, or that race. You can't. Because, right? You have to go all out. It's the quality... It's what you put into it. Those guys are all fighting for the gold. Like, you have to put in the effort. And I don't care if it's 10 or 20 minutes, or if it ends up being like, I can only get 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes in at night. That's 20 minutes more than you could have gotten in maybe at another point in the day. If that's all you have, just put the quality work in. You know, if you have the time to go for that 5-mile run or a timed run, or you want to get a pace going, or you want to get miles in, point is do you feel better too when you're done? Were you stressed before but it made you feel better after? These are all, like, we got to check all these things off the list.
So really, like, the best time of day in general is what's best for you on any given day. That's going to make sure that you get it done.
I mean, you have people who are shift workers that, you know, they might work out at 11 o'clock at night. And could it be at one of the facilities that are open now? Yes. Could it be at home because that's the only time that they have? That's the only time that they have. But the point is they're getting it done. And they're allowing their metabolism to run at a much higher rate for 24 hours. Like, that's a big deal. They're putting years back on their lives. They're adding years. This is very important.
We can even talk about specific members here. You know, like G-Reg with the third leg. He's a police officer. He'll work overnight. He'll work during the day. So he comes in whenever it's convenient for him. You know, it could be 5:15 a.m. one day. It could be 9:45 the next day. It may even be 4:30 the day after that. Right? But it's whatever works best because he's got to be consistent. He knows that, and he is. Right? Same with his wife, Jen, who is she does real estate and is it photography or she's a photographer for pornography? I don't remember.
Oh, goodness.
I'm kidding.
Or what about Era Gallagher? She works overnights.
Or
She's a corrections officer, and she'll come in at 6 a.m. sometimes. Sometimes she'll come in at 4:30 or 5:15 or even 6 o'clock at night. You know, that's and sometimes if she has the opportunity to, she'll bring her daughter in who trains with us also, and she might get in a quick conditioning session because I schedule her for it. And she does her own thing. Classes could be going on, but she gets her conditioning in because she wants to do better for herself. And, you know, she's setting an excellent example for her children.
And then what about, like, you know, even like Michelle? You know, she works, the same job, but she's split between 2 locations. It could be like 5 minutes away or an hour away. So she's either here 5:15 or like a.m. or even 4:30 or 5:15 p.m. So it's the consistency. That's what's going to get you there, you know. And then even this week's member highlight, Grace Reynolds.
Oh, Grace Reynolds, yes.
There's
oh
no perfect time of the day with her stressful life. But every workout is the perfect thing that she needs for any given day because it de-stresses her life and it's helped transform her body.
And she knows that even if she's going to have she knows that most likely it'll be a stressful work day, and a lot of people are now working from home. She'll turn on the Zoom, was Zoom, but she'll turn on her computer. She'll set up for the live stream of our sweat workout from Overdrive Fitness, and she'll be on, or she'll do the replay. And then maybe if she's able to, or she feels the need, she'll get her strength work in too. So it's all about what's going to make you feel better too.
And Grace has been with us for how long now?
Almost 5 years.
Almost 5 years.
Just about 5 years.
She's really transformed her body. Shout out to Grace.
Oh my God, Grace.
Keeping the household strong and together.
And what a great example she's setting for her. I mean, her kids now are in their 20s. But, and Dylan has trained with us for years. And now he's training with us as an adult. From a college athlete to now an adult. And sometimes Grace and Dylan train together, and her husband Jim too. Her son Danny is he lives a little further away, but whenever he comes into town, he would always come in and train with us. I mean, I know things are a little different now, but still, whenever he comes in to visit, he comes in and trains.
Yes, it's great.
But yeah, she sets an awesome example for all the females out there. Whether you're teenagers, adults, you realize and you see and you feel the benefits of strength training and how it allows you to de-stress. It allows you to handle things during the day a little bit better. It keeps your mood more stable, right? Bone strength, maintaining that bone health and that bone strength, building up lean mass, your immune system, all that good stuff. And I know Desi's going to post the member appreciation today too. You're going to see in those photos of Grace and her family that she is her physique shows how much effort she puts into it, and in her nutrition and her training. Strength training has really done wonders for Grace.
And that 5-letter evil word that most women hate.
Tell me.
Carbs.
Carbs.
Where'd you think I was going with that?
I was just waiting. I just wanted,
My boss has a dirty mind.
It's always me.
So yeah, big shout out to Grace for killing it.
Awesome.
Yeah, she hasn't let 2020 slow her gains down.
A solid example of what consistent effort can do for you on so many different levels. Mentally, physically, emotionally, it's awesome.
So yeah, that wraps up the fat loss myth for this week, that you must work out at specific times for maximum results. Just be consistent. Just like with your nutrition and your rest and recovery, everything's got to be consistent. All right, just get it done. Anything else to add?
Create a plan and execute.
Yes.
That's what we always tell everyone. You have to create that plan and execute, and you have to make the decision that you're going to do it and be accountable. If you don't get it done, why? Okay.
It's like that General Mattis quote. I forget exactly how it goes, but it's something along the lines of always have a plan always have a plan to enter a room and kill everybody in it.
Oh. Well. Okay.
I think that's why they called him Mad Dog for a reason. But
Titan, did you hear that, Titan?
Mhm.
Raj is sleeping.
I put that up there with what was it? Walk softly or carry a big stick. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And carry a big stick, I think, right?
And carry a big stick. So, boom! Anything else to add to this week's episode of Overdrive AF? Any news on Bonnie? Any crazy adventures that she's been getting into?
She's been on her own weight loss journey.
All right.
After an initial vet visit didn't go quite as planned.
Oh.
She's very spoiled, but we've been working her out a lot, and
That's great.
very soon she might be going on her first hike. So we'll see
Well,
how
the
it
vet was
goes.
giving suggestions. They weren't mandatory.
Yeah, I think she just felt insecure because Chevy the cat did very well with his weight loss.
Oh.
And got down a couple pounds.
He's not eating as much of the pasta.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, so I think she got a little jealous.
Oh.
Wait, Chevy eats
Jesus.
pasta?
No.
Oh, I was just saying, it's crazy.
No.
Because Swagger ate turkey off my sandwich I was making the other day.
And they seem to like my oatmeal also. So,
Freaking
yeah.
cat jumped right on my desk as I was putting my sandwich together. And was
Yeah.
like, this piece of turkey is mine.
And the
I'm
dogs like everything, so forget that.
Except
not much they
coffee
don't
and
like.
beer. They don't like coffee and beer. Or whiskey.
You shouldn't be giving them coffee or beer.
Well, I think this is America, so they have the right to make their choice.
Okay. Yes.
It's their bodies.
Mm-hmm. Bonnie's embracing her curves.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just trying to make sure that she doesn't get too heavy too fast.
No,
'cause
I
she's
know.
very spoiled.
Yes. Well, it's good that she's getting exercise. It's so healthy for them. They need it.
Yeah.
And they have bursts. They have usually bursts. It's bursts of energy. It's like a sprinter. They can go and then they rest, and they go and they rest.
Where's the hike going to be?
I'm not sure yet. Probably somewhere in Connecticut. We're not exactly sure what trail. but
Nice.
It's
I'm
about
sure it'll
time
be
she
great.
starts getting out a bit more.
Different
Awesome.
smells.
You going to try without a leash or no?
No.
No.
So leash and rollerblades. Got it.
Where's the stopper?
Yeah.
No
Need to challenge
brakes.
her somehow.
It'll be good for her.
Definitely.
All right. So chalk this episode up to another successful Overdrive AF episode of not being interrupted by any doggy bottom burps.
Oh yeah.
Round of applause.
Yeah.
We haven't been murdered by any farts in a long time, so that's great.
Well, the bay doors are open, so thank God for fresh air.
You know that doesn't stop the permeation of
And
their
sunlight.
freaking asses.
Vitamin D
Is
action.
that a real word? But all right. So catch us next week on another episode of Overdrive AF. We hope you guys all have a wonderful Thanksgiving and
Yes.
Black Friday. And speaking of which, stay tuned to posts on our social media accounts regarding any Black Friday Overdrive sales. We will be releasing that ASAP.
Yep.
All right. So catch you on the flip side. Stuff your faces, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yes.